got some more good news for Carolina Panthers fans, especially me out there. We got another veteran on the defense. His name is AJ Bouye. Let me tell you something, Mario. I like what's going on here. We got him from the Broncos, I believe. Yeah. He came from the Broncos because he played with the Jaguars. He was one of the cornerbacks with Jalen Ramsey when the Jags were good that year. And that year he had 6 interceptions and 16 starts, and ever since then he's had only 2 picks. So he hasn't really gotten that boost start that he needed ever since he left. And within 69 career starts, he's had 14 interceptions overall. So could be better right there. One thing I want to mention though before I start off with this, he'll be suspended for the first 2 games of the 2021 season as a part of a 6-game ban he received last year for violations of PAD use. This is ESPN's words, and this was written by David Newton, who is ESPN staff writer. So let me start off with this. All right. First of all, congratulations to AJ Bouye on joining the Carolina Panthers. Welcome to Carolina, or more specifically, welcome to Charlotte, 'cause that's where we play. Um, Honestly, Mario, I think this is a really good place for AJ Bouye to make a bounce back. The Carolina Panthers have a very young and healthy defense. They got Dante Jackson, Brian Burns, Jeremy Chin, who else? Jack Thompson still on the team. He's a really good defensive player. We just got Hassan Reddick. That's a really good addition to the team. I think I'm missing someone. Derek Brown. We got to Derek Brown. Is very, very good defender as well. So this team is actually gonna, with a couple more veterans, this team's gonna be gonna have a really good defense moving forward. Now, obviously, the question is, can he bounce back? Obviously, the first 2 games he's not gonna be able to play because he's suspended from the PED use. But after that, though, the question remains: will he be able, to bring back that shine that he had when he was with Jacksonville? That's the question that needs to be answered. And personally, I think he can. I mean, like I said, you have a very young and talented and very promising defense. The offense is very promising as well, so hopefully that goes well in their favor as well. Personally, I can see AJ Bouye making some news for the Carolina Panthers, especially with a team that needs more veterans, especially on the defense. I think the only couple of veterans was Shaq Thompson and Trey Boston. Trey Boston just got released. So and K'Wan Short got released as well. That's right. I forgot about that. But with that being said, I think adding a veteran to the Carolina Panthers defense was definitely necessary, especially given the couple of veterans that I just mentioned that the Panthers released. So with that being said, good luck to AJ Bouye in Carolina. I'm very excited to see how you play with us. And I'll pass it on to you now, Lee.
Seems like these boys are tooling up. I like some of the moves they're making. First, I hear about Sam Darnold. Now I hear AJ Bouye. These guys obviously in a rebuild, and after a year they had, I mean, I didn't even expect them to do that well last year. But this year, I feel like they're going to be a very young team, a very spry team, and with them not saying that this year they're going to do well, but with a little aging and a little experience under their belt,
Right.
as you say, experience outranks everything.
Right.
And with a little bit of that, I feel like these guys can make a little bit of noise in the near future.
Okay, yeah. Well, first off, I just want to say congratulations to AJ Bouye and best of luck to him in Carolina. And congratulations to the Carolina Panthers as well. Yeah, Nate. Obviously, 2017 is the first thing I think of with AJ Bouye when he had those 6 picks and when him and Jalen Ramsey were like the best cornerback duo in the game. That's the first thing I think of because they were really, really good. A lot of people remember like the Saxonville. They remember Calais Campbell, Francis Ngannou. No, oh my God, I say Francis Ngannou. My bad, Yannick Ngakoue. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I was in a different place. Yannick Ngakoue. I'm trying to think. Help me out here. I know there were more people on that. I know there were,
I can't remember either.
Miles Jack
Was
was
it
one. Miles Jack was very good. The linebacker.
wasn't it wasn't it Dominic Sue on that team, or was he on the
He was
Lions?
he wasn't on the He wasn't on the Jaguars. It was
Huh.
Marcel Darius was also a
Marcel
prominent member of that
Darius,
defense.
right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I know I'm thinking of this linebacker. Went to Florida. He went to FSU. Oh my God. I'm trying to think. They had, and they're giving me this year's lineup. I don't want that year. I want 2017's lineup. Thank you. Oh, Dante Fowler Jr. They had T.J. Yeldon, Leonard Fournette. Can't forget about him. Barry Church, Telvin Smith. That was the guy I was thinking of. Telvin Smith. So they had a very, very good team. Saxonville was a bad was a bad defense, and not by bad like they were terrible, but bad like those were bad boys right there. And AJ Bouye was a big, huge part of it. You know, him and Jalen Ramsey, without them locking down the two best wide receivers a night, Jacksonville wasn't going to make it to where they did. You know, they put up a good fight against the New England Patriots. New England Patriots and Tom Brady got the best of them, and they ended up going to the Super Bowl that year. But I mean, Jacksonville put up a very, very good fight. And AJ Bouye obviously is not the same corner that he was. You know, he's not the same. He's not the same corner, but that doesn't mean he can't revive his career. You know, I always feel like people can revive his. Every player can revive their career at some point. Obviously, he's got the 2-game suspension for violating the NFL policy, which is very unfortunate. But once he gets off that, I expect AJ Bouye to turn a new leaf. You know. But yeah, I believe he only got signed to what, a 1-year contract, Nate?
I can look for you real quick. Let me see.
All right.
It does not say from what I'm seeing so far.
All right. So the point is this: AJ Bouye, okay, he's went from the Jaguars to the Broncos, and now he's coming here to Carolina. Okay, AJ Bouye has to find himself a home. He has to find himself a home as like he did with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He has to find that for himself. You know, I mean, this year his Pro Football Focus rating was a 55.6, which isn't the best rating, you know, because he didn't have the best season. But he can definitely turn it around. You know, he can definitely do that because I know AJ Bouye has a lot more potential than what he showed last year. A lot more. Okay, that 6 interception season wasn't just a fluke. You know, those seasons before where he had 3 or 2 interceptions a season, those ain't flukes neither. AJ Bouye is a very good corner. You know, when he's in his zone and when he's in his prime, he can do he's a very, very good and dangerous corner. So AJ Bouye has to find that 2017 version of himself again, you know, or he has to find at least a 2016 version or the 2015 version, but he cannot play like he did last year, or else I think the Panthers are going to have a lot more problems defensively on that side this year than last year. So, personally, with that being said, AJ Bouye, I feel like Nate, I really do feel like, here's why I feel now, okay? If I'm the Panthers, okay, I'm looking at this NFL draft. I'm getting one of these corners.
Right, yeah.
I'm getting a Patrick Surtain. I am getting a Caleb Farley. I'm not getting a quarterback. I'm not doing it. All right. I'm getting one of those cornerbacks. And the reason why is because the quarterback situation in Carolina is not that great right now. Obviously, you have Sam Darnold and Teddy Bridgewater. Until Teddy Bridgewater gets traded, I don't know what they're doing. Okay. I'm getting a corner and I'm putting that rookie corner right into the number one position, right into guarding the number one every night. Okay. That's how you're gonna make them better. AJ Bouye, put him at the number 2. All right. That's the way I need to see it. AJ Bouye needs to gain that 2017 season back. Okay. He needs to do it. That 2017 season, he wasn't the number 1 corner. It was Jalen Ramsey. He was the number 2 corner. Okay. AJ Bouye, do I expect him to give advice to these corners? Absolutely. You know, he's been in the game for 5-6 years at this point. So actually, I think it's been a little bit. How many years has he been? Hang on a second. I was looking at the stats.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
5, 6. He came in 2013, so 8 years. He's been a lot.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be his eighth year, I believe, or 8th or 9th year. So when you really look at it, Nate, I think this is his 8th year. So when you really look at it, Nate, I expect him to give a lot of knowledge and a lot of advice to these corners coming in. No doubt about that. That's what I feel like a veteran on a team should do. Pass on their knowledge to the younger guy, so that guy can be as good as them, you know, or reach their full potential. That's what I expect. But if AJ Bouye can, you know, somehow gain his prime back, the Panthers are looking at a very, very good defense. If not, I think it could definitely hurt them. So we'll see. I'm wishing AJ Bouye the best of luck, and I'm wishing the Carolina Panthers the best of luck. And I'm curious to see how AJ Bouye's season with the Panthers is going to turn out.